All right, let's dive in. They've got some source material here. Looks like it's focused squarely on one piece of machinery, the Ercolina Super Bender SB48-TC.
That's right.
So our mission, as always, is to really unpack what these sources tell us. Get to the heart of its capabilities, the features, the benefits. Basically, what is this thing all about?
Exactly. And the material jumps right into its core function, presenting it as the Ercolina SB48-TC Super Bender, its main job, producing consistent, high-quality bends.
Right. Consistency is a key, not just bending, but getting it right every time.
Precisely.
And it seems pretty versatile from what's described here. It mentions handling large diameter pipe, tubes, squares, rectangular stuff, solids, even other profiles.
Yeah, quite a range.
But the material gives us some hard numbers too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What are the specific capacities we're seeing?
It does lay those out. For mild steel tube, it says 2 inches.
Okay.
For pipe, it's 1 12-inch Schedule 40. That's a pretty standard pipe thickness you see a lot. And then for square tube, it's listed as 1 12-inch with a .083 wall.
Gotcha. And limits. Did it mention bending radius limits?
Yes. Maximum centerline radius, or CLR, is 878 inches, and it can apparently bend tight down to a CLR of 2D, so twice the diameter.
Okay, so those are the capabilities. Now, the sources usually try to connect this to why a user should care. What benefits does it claim this machine brings?
Well, this is where it ties the tech specs to, the bottom line. It explicitly states these features let the machine perform bending applications reliably and accurately.
Reliability and accuracy.
And the payoff, it suggests, is increased profit, better product quality, and an improved finish. So it's directly linking that precision to economic and quality advantages.
That's the promise then. So how, according to this material, does it actually deliver on that? There's mention of the control system. Looks interesting.
Right. It highlights an easy-to-read Windows-based touchscreen. Seems pretty central to the operation.
Okay. And what does this touchscreen show you?
It puts everything in one place, apparently. Machine position, current status, any alarms.
All on one screen.
Yeah. And critically, for each bend you program, it displays the target bend angle, measures any spring back, which is always a factor.
Yeah, definitely.
And also the bend speed for that specific angle.
Seeing the springback data right there would be useful. What about the mechanical stuff? I saw something about a patented feature.
Ah, yes, the patented swing-away counterbend die vise. The material makes a point of this.
Why is that important?
It says it makes loading and unloading the material much easier. Plus, for accuracy, it's electronically monitored.
Okay, so easier workflow and accuracy check.
Exactly. And there's also automatic speed monitoring and adjustment during the bend. The claim is this gives maximum torque, but also protects the machine's component.
Right, finding that balance. Power without breaking things.
Seems to be the idea. It also mentions a quick change tooling system.
And that you can set it up for right or left-hand bending, though that needs an accessory.
Okay, so switching gears to actually using it, how do you kick off a bend?
The material says you can do it either right from the control panel touchscreen.
Makes sense. Or using a foot pedal. Standard options there.
And once it starts?
It runs automatically and stops right at the programmed bend angle, precision stop. And again, that electronic monitoring comes up for the counter bending die position, similar to the vise.
Lots of electronic checks and balances, it seems.
Yeah.
Sounds like repeatability is a major focus.
It certainly reads that way. And for more complex jobs, like multiple bends on one piece.
Yeah.
It notes compatibility with Ercolina's A40P 2-axis position table, so you can automate sequential bends.
It integrates with other automation. Now, there's one detail that really jumped out from the material. Something about the core design.
You mean the hydraulics? Or rather, the lack of them.
Exactly. It emphasizes no hydraulic components.
Yeah, that's a big point they make. It's part of what they call the classic Ercolina top bender design.
And what's the practical benefit mentioned for that?
The source links it directly to needing less floor space. And apparently, it makes the machine easier to store when not in use. Smaller footprint, maybe simpler design without the hydraulic pack.
Interesting. No hydraulics. That definitely sets it apart from a lot of benders. So if we pull it all together from these sources, we've got specific capacities listed. This touchscreen interface showing key data like spring-back, electronically monitored parts like that swing-away vise for accuracy.
The quick change tooling, the automatic operation, the positioning table compatibility.
And that defining feature of having no hydraulics, which ties into the space-saving aspect.
Right. The overall picture painted by the material is that all these elements work together to boost precision, make things potentially more efficient, and improve the final quality, just as they claimed up front.
It lays out a pretty compelling case based on those features. So thinking about everything we just unpacked from the source material, that specific combination of no hydraulics plus the unlimited program storage and all that electronic monitoring makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does that particular mix imply about, say, long-term maintenance, or how consistently it performs under different loads, or even just the day-to-day workflow compared to machines with hydraulics? That's definitely food for thought based purely on what's presented here.